Hi everybody, welcome on in. I'm allison8bit. I'm joined with Quacksilver.
Hello.
And we're going to be showing you Skator Gator 3D, a really cool game that I ran previously in a race back in AGDQ. We're going to just jump right in here in just a moment, but just double checking, what is the winner of the skin bid war?
We have Frog Fan as the winner.
That's what I saw. Alrighty.
Let's go, Frog Fans.
Alright, I'm going to count us down. We're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is Skator Gator 3D. This is a cute little 3D platformer, super short, and it's got 2 primary movements that we do. The first is on rails, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with the rail movement here, including heavy uses of these dashes. You gotta be careful not to overdash, or you can just fall straight into the water.
You gotta bless the run somehow.
Exactly. When you're dashing, you can't do things like jump or switch your rails, so it's a little bit dangerous to do too many of them. But it's not too bad. There's also these more open 3D segments, which give us a lot of options for movement. Specifically, you saw like that little jump I did right there, where there's like some stars coming out behind me. That is a super jump, and that's intended speed tech. We're going to be using that pretty much everywhere because it's some of the fastest stuff we can do. And just like that, we're already done with the first level.
Yeah, so Skator Gator 3D is a level-based platformer. For getting into the run, there is a set of staff times that you can race against that use a mix of strats that Allie is going to be going for that are dev intended, as well as we do several additional things that the staff times do not account for. For instance, in the second level here in just a moment, we're going to be coming up on the only beneficial glitch in the speedrun, a trick known as teledashing. Allie's going to approach a boost panel in this open 3D section, and by pausing on it, you can gain uncapped speed through the pause, which zips you forward in the level. There are a couple of teledashes across the run. They are our biggest source of like time save in the open 3D platforming sections.
Yeah, we're going to do as many as we can. There's a few that don't get us anywhere. And there's a few that, if we miss, it's not too bad. This one specifically is probably the hardest one to hit. We'll see if I get that.
Nice. Yeah, and in most cases, the alternate strategy for not hitting the teledash is you just take the boost pad as normal and proceed with the level. There's one teledash a little bit later in the run that has some stuff to navigate after hitting the teledash, but here we are up on our first quote-unquote boss fight. With the exception of the final boss, the Trader Gator fights here are actually auto-scrollers. We just need to survive until Trader Gator leaves for a moment. So now is a great time for any messages or donations from our lovely host.
Hi there, yeah. I've got $25 from Lady Mel saying, had to make my first donation during the Skator Gator 3D run. Allison and the Fatales have been incredibly supportive, and I sincerely appreciate them helping me get into running this game. It's been so much fun and so good for me in general. Go Allison! Don't fall in the Baja Blast.
So now it is sunset. All the boss stages are going to transition from one time of day to another. And so here we're going to be making our way to some more rail segments. And it's going to be a little bit more dangerous now. There's like more enemies. Now there's fire hazard if you stay in there too long. So we're going to be careful to just try to make our way through this level as quickly as possible. There's a nice little shortcut that we're going to be taking over here. And it's going to skip about half the level.
Yeah, the game is very kind with approaching rail grinding sections from quote-unquote unintended directions. It just snaps you right back onto the rails, which we exploit thoroughly. And in this next level, as the loading screen text so helpfully points out, in A Shocking Ally, we meet our new best friend, the eel. Eels are a time-based power-up. You'll see a timer at the bottom of Allie's screen here that has 2 effects. One, by dashing, Green Gem generates a shield that you can use to dash through other like enemies and hazards. As well, when you swap lanes with an eel active in a rail grinding section, a projectile will shoot out. And this will actually be our single source of damage for the final boss fight down the line. But for right now, most of its use is going to be the shield that you get just by mashing dash.
And here we actually have like a little spot where it's kind of tricky because like the cycles just are not kind to us. So we just damage tank through. You can sometimes squeeze through or do some other things to get around it. Very difficult. We don't usually get those, so we just damage tank most of the time. And so now we're in the Twilight Town, which is actually really cool. This is a level that's like casually has like a bunch of things going on. And there's like a big open area for exploration and finding everything throughout the level. But what we're going to do is go over here and see this little tire. And tires are bouncy, so we're going to bounce across it. This is going to skip pretty much all of this level, which is like normally a super long one. And just like that, we finish it. And so this next level has like a really interesting thing at the start where you need to pretty much jump over as quickly as possible because it slows down their spawn so you can stay on the rail. Otherwise, you can jump over the guy that's trying to attack you there. If you do that, it is a bit slower. Jumping is one of the slowest things you can do on the rail outside of taking damage. And so we're going to take another tire boost over here, and we're going to do a dash right from here.
Clean.
Probably my favorite stage. And now we're doing a shortcut with a bunch of rooftops.
And so as Ali mentioned earlier, you get a little bit of extra height as well as a little bit of extra speed when you super jump, which is chaining a jump out of a dash. That rooftop segment is probably the cleanest example of just chaining several of them together to get through a largely dev-intended shortcut there.
And now we are once again on a boss stage, which is just an auto-scroller, so any more messages? Probably have time for 2 or 3.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. We have a $50 donation from Soul, who says, much love from the Indie Book Game Club. Congrats on getting into the game. Time to teledash your way to Trader Gator's heart. I also think, so thank you so much for that wonderful donation. I have some great news for everybody too who's looking for an incentive to donate towards, because we just opened up our 15 puzzle first to 5 race for Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, which is coming up a little later. So after the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster race, the runners are going to compete in a first to 5 15 puzzle meme race for the ultimate bragging rights. So that's a $3,000 goal. Let's make it there by the time we get to the end of Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster.
Alrighty, so now we're at nighttime. So this is the last couple levels here, and we're going to be getting our last power-up that you're going to see here in just a second.
Yes, Greenjamin is evolving into Winged Greenjamin. As Ali picks up these consumable wings in a second. Wings are just a consumable double jump. There is a bit of an unfortunate interaction that we are going to take care not to run afoul of, which is, like many platformers, Skator Gator 3D has Coyote Time, which is for a brief moment after you walk off of a ledge, the game still considers you to be legally grounded, so you can jump. Unfortunately, there is an occasional interaction where if you jump in your Coyote Time, you do still lose a wing. So you can see an inventory counter at the bottom of the screen there that Ali's going to be managing, because having an extra wing makes some of this platforming a lot comfier.
Yeah, and as you saw, like the wings are really powerful. They let me skip like an entire big movement segment. And we have another spot over here where they're going to do even more wild things for us. I'm going to start by us collecting a bunch of them right over here.
Yeah, this is the level where you really want to manage wing count, although with super dashes, or super jumps, we can clear a lot of this platforming without having to burn wings in the process, which is a good thing, because at the end of this level is the somewhat special teledash that I mentioned earlier. At the end of this level, there's a teledash that the game tries to sort of course-correct Greenjamin in a way where it pushes him backwards like that. So by burning a couple wings at the end, Ali is able to jump back forward and make it to the end of the level without falling into the drink there.
And now we are in the final platforming segment, where there's a huge skip that we're going to be doing. It saves about half the level. And we're taking a little detour today.
Yeah, so first talk about the skip itself. After this checkpoint, Ali's going to grab a wing and then teledash off of one of these boost pads here. When you exit a teledash, you are still in your Coyote Time. So we're going to land a Coyote jump out of a teledash. And we're going to peek at this little friend here.
Hey, have you ever heard of AGDQ? I'm pretty sure it stands for Awesome Gators Done Quick. The greatest competitors go head-to-head on stage for the whole world to see. I hear the best of the best are called allison8bit, Osmorn, Quacksilver, and Shovelpaws. Some truly inspiring stuff that I'm glad to have an opportunity to see. That's a little Easter egg.
Shoutouts to Shovel and Oz, who are also part of the race at AGDQ, as well as shoutouts to Weathered Sweater. Ali is playing on a beta patch of the game. This was just obviously recently added. We love, love, love supportive indie devs.
That's so awesome. Love that they did that.
So now I just am finishing up this level. It's a pretty simple one from here. The big thing is like that little last segment is really tight. Not only do you need to do that trick to get on top of the barrel, but once you're on top of it, you need to do a wing jump out of a super jump with very specific like spacing and timing. But got that pretty good. And now this is the final stage. This is Skator Gator.
This has been a super clean run so far. Like minus the detour for the AGDQ shoutouts.
Yeah, and so I'm going to go for a little trick here, which is, so we have a quick kill, which is the standard. But recently, because this game is part of the game of the month, I missed it. We actually had a new trick found where you can actually save 1 cycle and get 1 extra orb.
Yeah, if you want to run this game, Ali wants to teach you this game. It is Game of the Month in the Fatales Discord for one more month. And time is coming up. It's as soon as Ali grabs the deed. Time.
All right.
Great job. Congratulations.
Thank you. This game has been great. I ran it as a race in Awesome Games Done Quick. And now I get to show it off here as well. It's a fantastic game. If you're in the Fatale Discord and you want to learn this game, or just want to learn in general, it is the game of the month right now for us. And I just made a tutorial on my Twitch channel where I stream fairly often, and it's just been a blast to like play this game and share this game with a bunch of people. It's just super cute. It's got some bangers in it. Like it's just a fantastic game, and I couldn't recommend it more for anybody. And then again, it's a $5 indie game. Everyone should go pick up a copy. That's simple.
All right. Thank you so much, Allison, for that incredible run. Any final shout